Now go to the beginning of the bull run from the $150 Bitcoin low. This cloud turned green, crossed green, stayed green the entire bull market, not one fake out to the downside, all the way up to 20K. And when it turned red, cross bad. Cross bad. Like very bad. Macro top bad. Then Bitcoin fell all the way down to $3,200 in late 2018, early 2019. It went all the way up, skyrocketed. Everybody thought it was the bull market to a 14K top. Guess what? In the end, it went down 72% from that. Cross bad. These are not fake outs because this is a downtrend, and this getting wishy-washy red and yellow or red and green, not the same thing. This when it crosses from an uptrend. The trend is then macro over. Okay, so when it turned green, it's okay. On this time it turned green. It stayed green the entire way. Once it flipped red, guess what? 64K top. Guess what? Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Cross bad. Cross bad. 69K tops over here. Guess what? Guess what? Still that red one. See that right there? Cross bad. All right. Now what's happening? Now what's happening? What's happening now? This has 100% historical accuracy, which is not necessarily a reason to freak out because Bitcoin is now moving in ways it's just moving in very new ways. So there have been multiple 100% historically accurate things that have happened, both bearish and bullish, that just haven't played out over the last year and a half. However, this is 100% historical accuracy, and it just fired off today. Today, it's gotten every single top. Every single time it's gone from an uptrend to red. 100%. If you look left, they were all macro tops. Every single one. So I think as of today, I'm declaring. So I want to be very, very, very clear with what I'm saying, because I had probably a new viewer or a returning viewer not be able to in that moment did not appreciate my pointing out it's now probable 60K will be hit back when Bitcoin was at 71. You didn't call it, you just said it's probable. Yeah, but I'm letting you know, like as you go drive in a car, you always have a flat probability of getting into a wreck. Statistical probability, you're a number whether you want it to be or not. But if it snowed that morning, when you get into your car, your probability of wrecking is higher. So in your brain, it's nice to know, wait, my probability of wrecking is higher. I should take action, slow down. I'm probably not going to wreck, but my probabilities of wrecking are higher. And in that trip, you forget momentarily, oh, I'm going to make a right-hand turn, but I forgot to go extra slow. So then you start skidding on the ice towards a light pole, and you're slamming on the brake not knowing if it's going to stop or not, and your car keeps skidding. In that moment, it's still not 100% likely you're going to hit the light post, but it's over 50%. So I'm trying to give you a heads up, like this is warning stuff. You are sliding towards a light post. You haven't hit it, you might not hit it. Because I've slid towards the light post on multiple occasions, and I don't think I hit any. But I've been very close with high probabilities. And so your brain automatically realizes the importance of changing probabilities. And this analogy is so freaking perfect. I'm so glad I just pulled this out of my ass on the spot. But it's perfect. The changes of probabilities change your actions. And it's important. Even if you don't hit it in that moment, it was important to be able to react as if you were going to. So right here, the probabilities have flipped. There is just over a 50% likelihood or more, actually, because this is 100% historically accurate. Like it's never not been right as of yet. This would be the first time ever. It's a 52K or lower. It is now probable as of today that 52K Bitcoin or lower will be the next macro direction move. It is now probable. So am I calling it? I mean, you can say that if you want, but I'm letting you know when the probability, like when things fire off, something has changed, even though it's going up. Like, why would you be more bearish? No, it's going up into a lower high. It's not even out of lower high territory. So it's technically still going down. It's in a daily downtrend. And yeah, daily downtrend. So be careful, altcoin holders. You are sliding on ice. If you're heavily into alts, you are sliding on ice towards a light post. You might or might not hit it. I hope you find changing probabilities helpful moving forward. So with no further ado, I am streaming without much heads up, but sometimes people come on here and ask me to take a look at their altcoins, targets to the upside, targets to the downside. Feel free to do so. I typically like to knock out my free YouTube videos during my live streams, my private community live streams. I actually forgot to do it today, so I'm streaming in order to make my free YouTube live video, and the idea is cross bad. Like, are you ready for this? What does it mean for probabilities to change? And I gave you the analogy, and I let you know the first immediate target is 52K. After that, it's in the 42.5 to 45K area. And that would be a perfect monthly pullback. If you want me to show you why that target is not just on the table, but why it would make air. Let's just do all the bearish stuff. Even though I just said it's just now probable for any of this to even be on the table. But if it were to happen, all right, so now I'm not getting more bearish. I'm going to show you more bearish targets, but I am not getting more bearish by showing you these targets. Make sense? These targets simply weren't that relevant until it was 50% likely to want to head down there. Now they're worth talking about. All right. That doesn't make it more probable. All right. Yeah, I've had a lot of issues communicating probabilities and the value of it recently. But I appreciate the comments, so I know I'm not communicating it clearly. So why the low 40Ks would make perfect sense. Watch. Two reasons why. 45K, why 33K to 45K is on the table. Not the most probable. Not the most probable. Watch. So 20K top back in 2017. Big move down to 3,200, up to 14K, back down to 4K. Coronavirus probably pulled Bitcoin down $1,000 to $2,000 more than where it should have been. However, I already had before coronavirus was even a word or whatever they called it at the beginning. I think it was coronavirus. I had my limit buys for Bitcoin at 5K. I already, quote unquote, I thought it was going to hit 5K. So here's one reason. End of bull market, bear market, in between market, then bull market, respecting the 4-year cycle. So if we were in a bull market now, we would be in a 3-year cycle for the first time ever. So if we're in a 4-year cycle, that means we're in a middle cycle. Now watch. Well, if we're in a middle cycle, it would make sense that it is about the same size up and down, right? I mean, just kind of logically thinking about this. So this is the 2-day chart. Actually, let me go to the weekly chart. And let me take off my sexy EMAs. Here we go. So 3,200 down here. 14K up here. Watch. And again, 333% up. I'm going to take a quick fractal. Only looking for up and downness, like the percentage of the move. Okay, I think I got it exact. Now watch. So remember, if this is a bull market, it's the first one ever. That's not a 4-year cycle. So go to the 15.5 bottom. Look at where we are. Boom, bada bang. So how far did it go down after this one? 72%. Without coronavirus, maybe 50, 55. All right. Well, this is why it's on the table. Not even from the wick high, from the same line, 50%. Guess what that hits? The bottom of my super macro mega channel. Exactly on the note. Like almost exactly. That's in the 30s. So that's the absolute most catastrophic I could see Bitcoin going down. Not the most probable thing to happen, but rather if this were to be a mid-cycle macro top, it would have gone up the exact same amount as the previous mid-cycle rally. The exact, look at this, it's at the same line. And it will have gone down less. So it's actually, if you go up the same amount and go down less, you're more bullish. So all of that would be more bullish than the mid-cycle of last 4-year cycle. And it would mean we're not in some 3-year, like 1-year early bull market for the first time ever. It would make sense. So it makes sense fundamentally in your brain. So if 33K were to happen, okay, for example, not the most probable. I'm not calling for 33K. If it were to happen, it would make perfect sense. Because we're over here rooting for a bull market a whole year early. It's going to be a 2-year bull market, which it actually could. It actually really could be. Easily could be. But we're over here, thinking that now. But think about it this way. And that might be the most probable. 2 years of up, just like 2016, 2017. Let's just give it to you. 2 years of probable. But here's the thing. If the 30Ks were to happen, mid 30Ks, if 35K were to happen, it would make sense and you know it. So are you ready for that? Especially when the probabilities today just said, hey, today is the day. It's now over 50% likely the next macro pivot point will be 52K or lower. So now this is a topic of discussion. But before it was 50% likely for the next macro move, before, when it was less than probable, I didn't want to even discuss it. Okay, it would make sense and you know it. The second one, the second reason why under 50K is easily on the table, but I'm not saying it's probable yet. It's not the most likely price path for those of you just jumping on. Is you have too many macro signals. So I have two different ones that have historically 100% accurately when it crosses, you look left. Oh, that's right. You look left. That was a macro top. So I started off with, at the beginning of the stream, showing you one. I had shown you another one previously on another free YouTube video, but I'll just pull it up right now so you can all use this trick. And I ignored this at the 64K top. This fired off less than 1 week, and I saw it crossing live while streaming, and I chose to ignore it, and it was a horrible choice. Not only a 100% accurate signal, but it has some history on my YouTube channel where I proudly already knew of it. I knew it was a rule. I was pulling it up because I knew it wasn't crossing yet, and I wanted to be bullish. And I pulled it up, and it had just crossed. I was like, oh my gosh. So 100% historically accurate as of now. It won't always be historically accurate, but as of now, it is 100%. The weekly 21 EMA and the weekly 20, not 21, 20 SMA simple moving average if you are in an uptrend and they cross. Okay, so for me they're both yellow. That's confusing. Yes, it is. Let me it shouldn't be yellow for you all on YouTube. My Discord is completely used to this. The dull one is the SMA because I don't use SMAs a whole lot. So when white goes above yellow every single time in history, when you look left, that was a macro top in an uptrend. And macro top meaning the weekly trend changed to the downside. Here, it actually was true. The weekly trend, so this is the weakest example by far, but this was a top and the weekly trend changed. Very weird case. BlackRock news pulled this up. Bitcoin would have gone lower, statistically likely. However, fundamental news pulled it up. But technically, even though this looks like an exception, it technically is accurate. It's just the weakest version possible. The weekly trend actually went red there. It went down. So here we go. 69K top over here. Cross, bad. 64K top, it crossed right here on that candle right here after the top. The week after. 20K top, 14K top, boom. Look left, that's the top. 20K, boom. Look left, that's the top. So you have multiple now, and I started off the stream with another one that's fairly similar, but it's just now crossing, and it's also 100% historically accurate, saying the weekly trend will change to the downside, and you need to be ready for it. However, the reason why even though these are 100% historically accurate, why aren't I giving more than, 51% to the downside? I usually would be. However, there's looming fundamental news. Bitcoin could technically be hanging out, going sideways, waiting for the Ethereum approval. Now it's been delayed. So I need more information from a fundamental standpoint. Is there actually information on exact dates an approval might be, out there? It doesn't look like it. It looks like papers need to be resubmitted by the 8th of this month. Then, who knows, they'll announce something. So it's possible now is the perfect time for things to correct before that news comes out. But we haven't had a bunch of ETF news come out. I don't know how that works 100%. I need more information to come out. I think there is a chance that Bitcoin wants to just try going sideways, waiting for that news, and then going up with speculation. There is a pretty good shot of that. And without that looming, I would give much stronger probabilities for 52K or lower for the next Bitcoin move. But because of that looming news, I'm going to say it's just cracking probable that Bitcoin will hit on its next mid-cycle or weekly move. Will hit 52K before a new high. All right. Yeah, free live. I want to get everybody ready for cross bad, Cody. My last cross bad video, it became quote unquote, for me famous, right? With like 16,000 subscribers, but it was one of my most referred to videos for well over a year and a half in my Discord, because that got a whole bunch of members in. Not when I made it, but 6 months after, once they realized cross was bad. Then I had a lot of people sign up. A lot. And that cross bad video, like the same shit I'm making now, this might not play out. Got looming news. But the last time cross bad happened, it was like 80+% chance and no one wanted to hear it. This time it's slightly different, not as good odds, but the odds are in favor. And I want for YouTube to realize that, because I know a lot of people, a lot of content creators don't have, they use completely different signals or fundamental based, or they're just trying to sell you altcoins they already bought, which is a lot of content creators, because it's very profitable to do that, or content creators making their own coins that they mint out of thin air and then sell to you. Even better, right? Even better. We're gonna make a Tim coin here soon, folks. Okay, watch out. Tim coin is abound. Only 25 cents a piece. Probably gonna 10x. Go get yourself some Timcoin. What are people thinking? You want to see? Actually, that makes me think. Let's look at Costa. This is a YouTuber coin. Hopefully, it's not doing super well and make me look like an idiot. I have no idea what it's doing. Oh nope, it's at bottom. It's at double. Yeah, it's double bottoming. All right, here's a YouTuber coin. Even got on Fox Business Channel to talk about it. I don't think I've named any names yet. You can do your own research. Another content creator coin. Hex. And that's not even from the top. It's 99. It's dead. Like it actually was a lot higher than that. It went to 70. I think it cracked 75 cents. So let me drag that up there. Yeah, 99.8. Another content. And this content creator had like 3 coins all at once. And took videos of himself buying $3,000 handbags. But lots of bags full of handbags. Because he minted tokens and sold them to you all. Another YouTuber coin, man. Like, wow. Anyway. Gee whiz. So watch out for YouTuber coins, everybody. Not a very good history. All right, cool. Well, that is my cross-bat analysis for you. And I'm not seeing a whole bunch of super chat requests, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. But take this seriously. The probabilities did just flip. It is very similar to the driving analogy. Reactions, light bulbs flash. It doesn't mean go freak out and sell stuff, just like you don't close your eyes when you're sliding on ice before you hit something, right? You're trying to avoid. And so it doesn't mean, hey, Tim said it's 51% probable. I'm selling all my alts, like all my Caspa, which sounds like Costa, but it's going up at all-time highs of itself. So all my Caspa, but Tim said, no. I'm letting you know of the probabilities. They have changed. Take it seriously. Let that light bulb flash. It should flash, but it does not mean freak out. Be ready for both situations, because probabilities, when they're in a state of flux near 50-50, things are flux. I mean, it could go either way. It's literally like a coin flip. However, the coin just slightly flipped in the other direction. It is slightly more probable that 52K will be hit before 74K will be retouched. With that, I'll peace out.